Guys!
Help! Skeleton's been attacked! Do something! Help! Quickly, everyone! Get your asses here!
Hey! And loose!
Enough! Enough!
Hanyo! Hosenkinne!
Turning tail! Quickly! We're closing the gate!
I'm sure, like me, you have games in your Steam library that you barely touched. Titles that you bought and never really felt a need to continue. Either it lacked the interest to keep going, or it was just too buggy, or even in some cases, just early access. Kingdom Come Deliverance was for me a title that I bought on release, and I became really frustrated with the difficulty curve and I put it away while The Witcher 3 took most of my time. As time moves forward and The Witcher 3 was completed along with all its DLCs, I thought nothing could really touch it. And while Cyberpunk has been delayed again, and I am on my third Witcher playthrough, I was looking through my library and remembered playing around 3 hours of Kingdom Come Deliverance. I decided to give it another go, and wow, the experience was amazing. I'd forgotten how that first-person perspective feels so immersive in this title, and how your journey from a blacksmith's son with no skills at all, including zero swordplay, reading ability, no writing ability, building skills, or even horse riding, all these things have to be learned over an expansive amount of missions and time in the title. There is something special about Kingdom Come Deliverance. It feels almost real, and there is a believability to the villages and towns, the muddy paths, the basic houses, the clothing, the attire, and just its dirty grittiness of that period. And I think I'm falling in love with this title. From the back of the box it says, Kingdom Come Deliverance is a story-driven, open-world RPG that immerses you in an epic adventure in the Holy Roman Empire. Avenge your parents' death as you battle invading forces and go on a game-changing quest and make influential choices. Now, many of my subscribers, you lot know that I am a graphics whore, and the graphics in this title have an almost photorealistic look in places, barring the rain effects. Walking through villages, towns and the woods is such a beautiful thing. Taking a sunset walk along a bubbling brook and watching the sun go down in the northwest is truly amazing. It's not all gushing and glory though. I still feel that the combat is clunky, and I don't really feel as though I have a massive amount of control over the engagements. And there are still quite a few bugs in there, including me getting stuck in the stables with my head sticking through the roof and getting stuck. But you can reload, and they're far and few between, and they don't really distract from what really here is a diamond in the rough. Some of the cutscenes are almost 5 minutes long, and they tell this gritty story perfectly. And some of them are so well done and interesting, it almost makes you want to cut them all out and have them as a movie in themselves.
Quickly! We have to close the gates!
Move! Come on, we're closing!
Move it, people!
Come on!
We're running
Come
out
on!
of time! Oh, Henry! Thank God! Get inside, quick! We have to shut the
Get
gates!
running, people! Come on!
Mind this for me.
Are you mad? You can't go back! Ah!
Get through the gates!
Hurry, Henry! There's nothing you can do! Come on, Hal! You can still make it!
Run!
Find a horse! Ride to Talmberg! Tell them what's coming! Warn them!
Run by the moat! There's a path down there! Jump down from the wall and flee!
The footage you can see on screen, I actually am running 2 or 3 mods. When you can see the yellow marker point right in the middle of the center of the screen, that's always there in the original title, but I've got a mod that keeps that on using the bow and arrow, as I found it just now and impossible, even with training, to hit anything. So that is kind of one in there, and I really do hope I can find a mod to hide the hood so we have a completely clean hood unless we get into combat. The only other mod that I've got is a camping mod, which will allow you to set up camp outside of the main towns. And as you get into the deeper forest, this gives you the ability to be able to cook food, sleep, and find your inventory without having to go back to your house, as this can take a long, long time. Now, I know that kind of kills the realism aspect somewhat, but being able to jump in, play, and then having to log off, you physically can't. You have to go back and find some schnapps or go to sleep in your bed. And sometimes we don't always have time. So that is a kind of a workaround mod. But it is a mod that I find is quite essential when playing. So let's jump into a basic mission here and have a look. And if I can complete this mission fairly early on in the game. I am completely, utterly useless in the title currently, both myself and the character, using the bow and arrow and archery. And let's just see if I can complete this mission, and let me know what you guys think about this title. Whether I did consider actually doing a playthrough, but I don't know whether this is the kind of title for my subscribers and my fan base, small though it is. So let's do this mission and let's see if we can complete it, and let me know your thoughts and comments in the box below.
And look here, Henry. Do you know how to get past a lock?
Get past a lock? You mean jemmy it off with a crowbar?
No, you don't. I mean the delicate, gentle art of opening it quietly and with sensitivity, like popping a young maiden's cherry.
I have some experience.
All right. I'm glad to hear you're not as clumsy as you look. Here's a lockpick for the job.
So here we are out in the mountains, looking at the sunset going down there in the west. Beautiful. And I've actually set a camp up here, which will enable me to be able to get to my inventory, cook some food, and read some books. And our mission is actually over to our left, about a quarter of a mile away, which is the executioner's house. And we've already dug a body up looking for a ring, and I have to go nick the ring from the executioner in one of his rooms. So this is going to be quite tricky. So He's also got some dogs, as I've done a little bit of a recce there. So I am going to be bringing some cooked meat and see if we can distract the dogs with the cooked meat. But in the meantime, as we take a seat here, we sat around the fire, we can have something to eat. But it also gives us the opportunity to be able to read some books. But unfortunately, as you can see, it's all in gibberish. And that is because I haven't actually learned to read. That's right. At the beginning of this title, your character cannot read, even though you're quite an intelligent boy, really, being the son of a blacksmith. Quite an infamous, talented blacksmith, should I say. But I don't want to give too many spoilers away. As you play the title, you'll start to learn a little bit more of the backstory. And there's plenty in this title. If you want to get into the inventory and read some of the lore and history, which is based around real historical places and events, then if you're into all that, there is a mass of it in this game. You're not forced to want to have to go through it. So it is a little bit bright here, so I might just get a little bit of rest, as you can see at the bottom there. I don't want to go in when it's too dark, because you guys won't be able to see what I'm doing, but I'm thinking if it's late at night, he may be asleep or drunk. Who knows? So it's not quite night time. But the sun is going down, as you can see over to the northwest. Graphics are beautiful. So I've got a bow and arrow, but I'm absolutely useless at it. I've had no training in-game with the bow and arrow, and I can't even hit a tree at 15 yards. I'm not joking. You have to train and practice at everything in this title, and I kind of really like that. If you are a kind of peasant working your way up from the bottom, you wouldn't be a skilled swordsman or somebody who knows archery. So those are the gallows there on our left, and this is the executioner's cottage. I just want to see if we can do a recce and find out the dogs. My thinking is we drop the meat, and that may distract the dogs for a little bit, as they tend to sleep after they've eaten. So let's just go down and have a little look. So this is where the dogs were. They may actually be asleep at this time of night. So as we sneak through here, we're probably going to see... There's one there already. Now, this dog... There's actually 3, I think, in the yard from when I looked before. So I'm going to get the meat and drop it and see whether this dog is going to come for the meat. This is the first time I've done this. I'm told that we just need to drop the meat on the floor. Little things for a game like this that's got so much realism involved, you'd think there would be ability to actually throw it. Be able to throw the meat so you wouldn't go in and alert the dogs. But unfortunately, if it's in there, maybe it's a skill that you've got to learn. It's certainly something I haven't got, so I don't think that's worked. Maybe I've got to run right up to it. Maybe I'm supposed to wait till it's sleeping, sneak up, put the meat there and wake it up. Who knows? But I know in The Witcher 3 I used to hate killing dogs for the tallow, but if we have to club these dogs or shoot them with a bow and arrow, then that's what we'll do in order to be able to complete this mission. Let's just drop this meat and see what happens. So just this third one now. So it looks like this one's going to get a bit of the old salami, I think. What's the wrong button? Where is it? It's in here somewhere. Salami. There you go, buddy. Tuck into that. Now, I'm not sure whether we can actually poison or put chemicals or any of these, you know. Killing dogs is not really the sort of game that I want to be playing, but, you know, it's just a game. It's just a game. Right, so now we just sneak in now and be very quiet in here, because even when you do the lockpicking, if I F this up, it makes noise and it can wake people up.
Someone there.
Oh shit. Oh shit, we've had it. That's it. We're done. Run away, hide in the bushes. Get the bone arrow out. If he comes running, he's probably going to take us out. Being the executioner, he will have some serious experience in combat, I would imagine. And reading the history and the law here, the executioners used to run the whorehouses. They were responsible for cleaning the streets, killing stray dogs, debt collecting in some cases. They were also trained medics. They knew how to obviously break bones, torture, but they also knew how to heal people as well. And at the church and in the local bars and pubs, they were expected to sit on their own. They were kind of outcasted from society. So you see, you do learn a few things in this title. So we may have to sneak back in here. And hopefully he's gone back to bed. I'll just come up here and have a look. Right, so he's actually locked the door now. And even though it is on easy, he's going to be expecting me now. God, the dogs are... do you know what? I think I may have to deal with these dogs, so when we come back, they're not here. Don't want to do this, but this is going to be a necessity, I think. Forgive me, Shep. Please, forgive me. Oh, I feel terrible. Oh, God, don't look at me while I batter you. It doesn't seem right. Where's the third one? There was definitely 3 dogs. Where the hell's the third one? Oh, God, I hate doing that in games. Killing animals, it just don't feel right. I know we have hunting and things, but bit of a bug there, the dog's still up. Why don't you batter a pig? Well, I've got no interest in battering pigs. I think, you know what, the best solution here will be, I think, is to get back to camp, sleep for an hour so it's daylight, come back now the dogs are not there, and then see if we can get in and rob him. And I'll cut that bit out as I run back. Just looking if have I got a torch in here. No, right, I'll run back and I shall see you in a second. Oh, God, I tell you what, I didn't sleep a wink. I feel really bad about battering them dogs to death. Well, that porridge has gone off. Anyway, so now that the sun's up, I'm hoping that the dogs have been disposed of. And I'm hoping it's nice, bright and early now. I think it's around 6 a.m. that the executioner's not got out of bed yet, and he doesn't see that his dogs have been bludgeoned to death. They've been massacred. And we should be able to get in, hopefully, now and steal a ring, which the executioner killed somebody and buried the body, which is what we dug up earlier. But of course, we know now that the executioner is a little bit of a thief and he's stealing from the dead, which is a bit of a no-no. The body was over here somewhere. But let's just see if we can sneak in through the open gate at the back on the northeast side. Let's see if we can get this ring. I've got a bad feeling about this. I don't know whether my sneaking and thief skills are even up there yet. And I seem to be making a lot of noise when I'm breaking locks open. Well, it looks like the dogs are still alive. They've respawned. I'm not a fan of that at all. In fact, that stinks. For a game that's got realism like this, those dogs really should not have come back in. So I will be posting on the official forums to ask about that. I don't know what's going on with that. And as you can see, I can't hit anything. My skill is so low here. And of course, he has locked this door. Now, my only worry is if he's still in bed and he's awake when we come through here. If he is awake, which he is by the sounds of it, we are not going to win this engagement. He is going to be fully tooled up. But I think for the rest of this video, let's risk it. Let's get the shield, get the axe. And you know what? Let's get into some combat. I'm probably still extremely low in my skills when it comes to combat here in the title. And as you're about to see, it feels clunky. It feels a little bit like, it feels messy. And the chances of me surviving this are going to be absolute 0. That first-person view just feels so immersive. It's fantastic. I really do enjoy it. Let's see if we can get through this first one. My lockpicking skills, again, are not very good at all. I haven't done enough thieving in-game to be able to really rank up my thief skills and opening things. And so far, I'm only doing the easy ones. And you may notice on screen, it's actually a mod that puts a few little extra spikes on that wheel in order for us to be able to see where the dot is. It just kind of helps a little bit.
You've no business here. Clear off.
Oh shit, that's us fucked. We are fucked. But it looks like he's coming at me with his fists, and luckily for me, I've got an axe, so I might be able to smash his head in with this. But do you know what? I'm going to go down fighting this. I'm not going to run away. It's either going to be me or him. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen. An executioner with an extremely high rank, strength, and skills versus a complete noob with an axe that's about as sharp as something you cut onions with. Place your bets, ladies and gentlemen.
What's the matter? Come on.
Shit, now he's got his sword out. I really could do with getting this out onto the street or out onto the road. I don't want to be blocked in here. Oh, that will help me because he won't be able to swing his sword as well. Might give me an advantage, but you know what? Let's see if we can get him outside. Give me a little bit more room to manoeuvre here because I don't think I'm going to survive this, lads.
Well landed.
Come on, you fuck. Let's bring it outside. I'm going to smash your fucking head in. Come on.
Bring it on.
Bring it.
Jesus Christ.
No, my name is Boxer Demons. You will respect my authority. Come on, bring it. Bring it, turnip head. Shit, I'm bleeding badly. Oh my god. This could be the end, lads. This could be the end. I feel the end is nigh. It was a great fight. He's just slashed my face. This is the end. And there you have it, Kingdom Come Deliverance, a title that's been in my Steam library for quite a long time now, and a title that's really, really grabbed me once I decided to just probably sit down, take it slow, and invest some time in the game, learn about its quirks, learn about its pros and its cons, and there are a few on both sides. But it's hard to describe that if you give this title a little bit of your time, you'll find it becomes really, really immersive, and there aren't many other titles that really give you that immersion. Yes, Witcher 3 will always be number one in my mind. Game of the century, quite easily for me. But this game approaches the RPG from a different angle, a different feel, and overall, I think this game really does stand out from the rest of the crowd. And a lot of people won't like it for the amount of time that you have to invest in this game. Basic things such as running and riding horses and things like that are not easy, and you will fail again and again and again, and there are times where you may become frustrated. But if you come with the right mindset of you are basically a peasant at the bottom of the run and you want to work your way up with training, there's nothing else quite like it, and so far I can't wait to jump back in, and that's always the sign of a great title. I've been Boxer Demons, and this has been Kingdom Come Deliverance.
Things would have worked out differently. How odd to find such an accomplished swordsmith working in a place like this. A man of his talent would have no problem making a fortune in Prague or Vienna.
You're right. It's a very long and peculiar story.
I'd be glad to listen to it over a cup of wine, but duty calls, and I must leave. Here you are. Learn from your father. He truly is a master of his craft.
I'm sure our paths will cross again.
He certainly will.